Hey everybody, congratulations on joining TLC and becoming an independent business owner. Okay, congratulations. By this point, you should have already been through your 6-step quick start where you create your list, you choose a mentor, et cetera, et cetera. So, the point of this video is to teach you how to launch your business. Okay, and this is very important because if you don't do this, you'll never get off to a good start. You'll never start seeing results and you'll very easily quit, okay? Because no one wants to just be spending money on products and feeling like a failure, okay? So it's very, very important to launch your business, okay? Always remember that amateurs will open, but professionals will launch. Okay, so when you see a new Starbucks around town, they don't just turn on their signs and get started. They have signs everywhere. They have those big light up blow up things that on the side of the road that tell you that there's a sale or a grand opening. Okay, so this is no different. Okay, and you should be excited to tell the world about what you're doing. Okay, so your first 30 days here at Total Life Changes or with any new venture are very crucial, okay? Because it's your fight or flight period, okay? This is where you're going to know whether you're going to soar or you're going to drop, okay? So it's very important to get off to a good start to set the tone for your business, okay? So the very first thing, after you go through your 6-step quick start to launch your business is I want you to hop on social media and do your Facebook challenge post, okay? The second thing you're going to do is plan your launch call. The third thing that you're going to do is learn and execute the proper invitation. And the fourth thing that you're going to do is learn about the 3-way call and the edification triangle, okay? So these are 4 things that we are going to discover and go through in this video, okay? So point number 1 is your Facebook challenge, okay? I say Facebook challenge, but this can be any social media challenge. It can also be done through text message, through email, through phone call, in person. But on Facebook, what you're going to do is you're going to take a picture. If you've got a product already, if you can get one from your upline, grab a bag of tea, take a very cute selfie of yourself, with your tea, and you're going to post it to your page. And you're going to say, hey, everybody. So and so challenged me to lose 5 pounds in 5 days with the Total Life Changes products. I accept, and now I'm challenging you to do the same. Do you accept the challenge? Question mark. Okay, and you're going to post this on social media along with your picture, and you're going to tag as many people as humanly possible. In Facebook, I know it's 100. I'm not sure how many people you can tag on Instagram. But what this does is it allows you the flexibility when you're first getting started to invite people to use the products without having a story or a result yet. Because a lot of people, when you reach out to them to try the products, they want to know, well, did it work for you? Okay, because you're challenging them to do it with you. In the beginning, you're able to avoid this question because you're not saying, this is going to guarantee you I did it and da 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 da. You're saying, hey, let's do this together. And it's no different than the mannequin challenge or one of those challenge posts where they say tag 50 beautiful women. Okay, it's no different. This gets you off to a great start. And what's going to happen is people are going to start commenting and they're going to say, I'm interested, I'm interested. So all you're going to do is simply respond back, reply to their comment and say, great, I'll inbox you some information. Don't go into detail. Don't ask questions. This is going to pique curiosity and generate some interest, with other people that are seeing the post because they want to know what's going on. Okay. So, after you say, great, I'll inbox you some info, you want to send them a direct message or a text message. Make sure that you take it offline as soon as humanly possible. If it's somebody that you know that commented on it and you could text message them directly, I would definitely recommend doing that because it gives them more of a sense of urgency to respond, right? So if it's not someone that you have their contact information, no biggie. Send them a direct message and just say, hey, I saw that you commented on my post. When do you have a few minutes to look over some information on the products? It should only take you about 5 minutes, question mark, okay? They'll respond, they'll let you know. I send people the website www.ttummytuck.com. Okay, this has a quick 5-minute video on it. with a personal trainer that talks about, with a credible opinion, the 5 major benefits of ISOT. Okay, very quick, straight to the point. This webpage also has before and after pictures on it. Long story short, the person will check this out. I usually like to follow up with people within a day if they don't automatically respond after they watch the video, and just say, hey, did you get a chance to look at the information? If the answer was no, the question would be, well, when do you have some time to check it out? If the answer is yes, it's great. What did you like most about what you heard? You find out as much information as you can. I usually do like a free health and wellness consultation with them and direct them towards other products that may be able to help them reach their goals once I find out what their goals are. And once they're at the point where they're interested in the actual products, I'll say, great, I'll ask you a question that was asked of me when I first got started and saw these products. Would you be interested in making some additional income while doing this challenge? If the answer is yes, you're going to lead them to a launch call, and you're going to use the same steps as the proper invitation method that we'll go over. But if the answer is no, then you want to help them order their products, okay? Don't leave it open in the table. Don't leave it on limbo. Great. When is a great time for me to walk you through ordering your products, okay? Make sure that you ask that question. You don't leave it open-ended, because this will give them the opportunity to say, I get paid this day. I'm not ready to do it until then, or ask you any open questions that they may not have reached before. Okay, so that's number 1, your Facebook challenge post. Remember that this is not limited to Facebook. You can also do it Instagram, email. You can send out a mass email. You can actually call people. You can do it in person. Hey, I'm doing this challenge, lose 5 pounds in 5 days with these products. Are you down to try it with me? Blah, 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 blah. Okay, got it? Facebook challenge post, number 1. Number 2 is you're going to organize and set up your launch call, okay? And you want to do this as soon as possible. I recommend between 24 to 72 hours after you actually, enroll in your TLC business, okay? A lot of people think they have to do events, but I recommend starting with a launch call because it does not confine you to a certain geographic area. Think if you have a launch party at your house, you can't invite your Aunt Teresa from California that may be really into health and wellness. They're in a whole nother time zone. She'd have to travel. But a launch call does not confine you to these limitations, okay? You can have it just about any time. People can pop in a headphone and at least listen to some information, okay? So it doesn't limit you to a geographic area or, time constraints. So it's a great way to launch your business because you're able to reach more people, okay? When you're building your list, you already in the 6-step quick start have started listing your 100 people, okay? You're going to use that list of 100 people that you made in your 6-step quick start, okay? And you're going to start calling and inviting. The invitation should take no longer than 30 seconds to 1 minute with each person, okay? And we're going to go over how to invite people. But during this launch call, what's basically going to happen is you and someone in your upline or someone in your sideline or someone else that knows the information a little bit more than you are going to be on a call. You will open up the call. You will be the person at the beginning of the call in, welcoming your guests on the phone. And the psychology behind this is that they will link you to the credible person that you introduce on the call that knows all of the information, okay? So on this launch call, you'll start off, you'll give your story, which will, include why you decided to start this journey, what you plan to do with the money, how much money you plan to make, why, how you got excited about the products, about the person that enrolled you, what you've learned so far, if you've had a testimony with the product so far, et cetera, okay? And then you will bring on the person that will be presenting. Okay, the person that is presenting will talk about their story. They'll talk about a few of the products and the 8 recession-proof industries that we tap into. They will briefly go over the 5 different ways that we get paid. They will close out the call and invite the people to join us on this journey or order products from you, okay? Sometimes you can have other, guests on that have stories that they can share as well for added testimonies. But that's pretty much what happens during a launch call, okay? But it's very important to put this launch call in the books. Set a date for this and make sure that you put in the effort and the work up until this date, okay? Use it as a deadline, okay? But one thing that I do notice that people do is they feel like they need to know 100% of the information before they launch. They feel like they need to know the 9 different, the 9 different ingredients in the tea or what it does or have a story so far. But I want you guys to get comfortable in being uncomfortable. You don't need to know that information in order to launch. Think about the last time you went to a movie and you loved it. You didn't know the author or the screenwriter's name or the director or any of the star people in the movie. You didn't know their names by heart or any of that information, but you had a feeling when you left there that you were excited, that you liked it, and you wanted to share it with someone else, okay? Think about the last time you went to a restaurant and had an amazing dish, okay? You went to Olive Garden, you had the tour of Italy, but you had no idea what was in that recipe. You didn't know the server's name, anything like that, but you had a feeling and you loved what you were doing. So you were able to use that excitement and that emotion and convey it to someone else in order to get them to want to go to Olive Garden, right? So you don't have to be great to get started, but you have to get started in order to be great, okay? So humble beginnings, okay? You just have to be excited. You have to have a vision and be able to depict it to someone else to get them excited about what you plan to do and where you're going to go, okay? And you know what you're going to do and where you're going to go because you did it in your 6-step quick start, okay? You have your goals, you have your why, you have your vision, okay? So that is setting the standard for this call. You'll be sharing that with people. So that's number 2. That's your launch call. You should set that up 24 to 72 hours from when you start or as soon as humanly possible, okay? And you can choose someone, you can ask your upline to get on and share the information for you. Number 3, the proper invitation. And this is very important because so many people think that they can just make an event on Facebook and share it with the world or just send out a number to every 100 people in their list. And if you do that, you will have very little success with your launch call. Not many people will get on, if any, okay? So pay very close attention to this part. If you need more help or you don't understand anything, please ask, okay? Because this is very important. Once you go through your warm market list, it's very hard to get these people back, okay? So make sure that you understand this process, you understand why it's happening, and if you don't, please ask questions, okay? We would love to answer them. But the proper invitation, the first step is be in a hurry, okay? You don't want to be on the phone for 10 minutes with one person trying to explain the opportunity or present it to them singularly, okay? You want to state very quickly, hey, Jojo, I'm about to run into this meeting, but I really wanted to contact you and let you know about this call that I'm doing. So that sets the tone. It lets them know that you're in a rush. You don't have a lot of time because you've told them this very bluntly, right? So I like to give a sincere compliment and show value after this. So you let them know, I remember you telling me that you were interested in quitting your job, but you didn't know what you were going to do for money. And I like to think you're a really sharp person, okay? So you've showed value. You're letting him know that you have an opportunity for him, whatever you plan to say here. There's lots of scripts online and in the GoPro book by Eric Worre. You can do a YouTube search on network marketing scripts to get people excited and pique interest. Okay, that's all you're doing. You want to get them interested to want to hear more information with your value that you're showing. But I like to give them a sincere compliment. It's very important that this compliment is sincere because you don't want to say, hey, I think you're a really sharp person, and the person be, not. Okay, so make sure that it's very sincere as to why you're reaching out to them. Okay, so you want to show value. You do not want to be scared to take the opportunity away from them. Okay. So you're in a hurry. Hey, I got to run into this meeting real quick, but you're a really, really sharp guy. And I wanted to let you know that I thought about you first when I heard about this amazing opportunity. I'm partnering up with some really influential people in the area that are doing some big things, and I thought about you first. Okay. And Joe's going to start asking, well, what is it, this thing that you're doing? You say, hey, I don't have a lot of time right now, but if you're be able to hop on this call, I only have 15 spaces available on this call. Do you think you can carve out some time? And Joe's like, oh, do you think you could just tell me a little bit about what it is? Don't be scared to take the opportunity away from someone, okay? That's where you can say, hey, this may not be for you. I would love for you to hop on the call, but if you don't think that you can find some time, maybe let me know when it's a better time for you. Don't be scared to take that opportunity away from them, okay? But if they're interested, I like to say the if I would you. If I sent you a call tonight at 10 p.m. and I sent you a number and I carved out some time and some space for you on this call to get you in front of a very, very amazing person who knows 100% of the information and is doing really well for themselves, would you confirm that you can definitely be on the line? Okay. So if I would you is a very powerful statement because you're saying, I'm going to do this as long as you do this. Okay. You guys are in agreement that you're trading something. Okay. And if they say yes, that's when you can send them the information. I like to confirm with them a little bit in advance to make sure that they can get on still. Okay. If you are using this invitation method for a recorded call, this is where it would change a little bit. If I sent you a quick 20-minute video, would you take a listen? Okay, remember, you always want to use a third-party tool when you're doing this. You don't want to be the one explaining to each person on the phone exactly what this opportunity is. Number one, because you're brand new and you can't really explain it, let alone the products. You can't explain the opportunity and you don't have a result yet, okay? Number two is if you go through a list of 100 people and you have to explain to each one of them not only what all of our products are, but the 5 different ways we get paid, that could take you 30 to 40 minutes for each person, and take 30 to 40 minutes for 100 people. That's a lot of time, and it could be a lot of time wasted if those people are not interested. So by using a third-party tool, a magazine, a video, a call, you are optimizing your time and your reach, your potential reach for the day. Okay, so this is where the invitation changes if you're using a recorded call. If I sent you a quick 20-minute video that explains the benefits of the opportunity so that you could take a listen to see if it's valuable to you, would you take a listen, right? If the answer is no, great. No, you've got your answer. Don't be scared of no's, okay? They're not saying I don't like you. They're saying I'm not interested and I won't take a listen. And that's good for you because you can move on to the next person. But if this person says yes, that's when you want to confirm a time. When is a good time that you'd be able to take a listen, okay? And this question allows the person to fit it into their schedule now, okay? So instead of just saying, yeah, I'm going to take a listen to the 20-minute video, if you ask when, now they're physically thinking of when they can actually do it, which is going to heighten the chances of them actually doing it, okay? So they'll say, hey, I have some time when I get off around 5. Here's a little tip, a little bonus. When I say, when do you have some time? I say, when do you have some time, about 30 minutes, to pop in a headphone and listen to some information to see if it's valuable to you? It is a non-interactive recorded call that you can listen to as easily as you would music in the car, on speakerphone in the shower, or on headphones while you're giving your kids a bath or doing the laundry, okay? Because this lets them understand that, or visualize actual times that they can do it even though they're busy, okay? So if I would you, when do you have some time? And then you confirm. You say, great, so 5 p.m., you'll be listening to the call. Here's the information, ... I'll follow up with you via text message around 6. Okay, so let them know that you're following up with them, okay? That way it's not going to be a surprise. So set an alarm, okay? If you say you're going to follow up, make sure that you follow up, okay? So set an alarm, set a reminder, and follow up with them at 6 p.m. Hey, Joe Schmo, did you have some time to listen to the information that I sent you? Okay. The answer is no. This is usually when they'll say, I might be able to do it around 9, or correct themselves. Or this is where they stop responding, and understand that that's okay. It happens. Okay. People go into the witness protection program. But if the answer was yes, some questions that you want to ask are, what did you like best about what you heard? Okay. This is giving you information, and the more information that you have, the better. Okay. So if they say, hey, I really like that it helps you lower your blood pressure, the next question that you want to ask, instead of saying, oh yeah, I love that it helps you lower your blood pressure, la, 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 and you word vomit all over them, you say, great, what made that stand out to you? Okay, because this is the point where they might tell you that either they have high blood pressure, or it runs in their family, or their mom is suffering. It's just going to give you a little bit more information and delve a little bit deeper. Okay. But after I find out what they like best, and I confirm, and validate what they like best, and that I liked that best, too, and I'm, showing that we are relatable, then I'm going to ask them on a scale from 1 to 10, how interested are you in this opportunity? Okay. If the number is 7 and below, I'm going to ask them, what can I do to help you get that number up to a 10? Okay. Because this is going to tell you where they have some concerns, or hindrances. But if the number is 7 or above, I'm going to set up a 3-way call. Okay. And that's what we're going to talk about next. But if the number is 7 and above, I'll say, great, that's awesome. I'm really glad that you found some value in what you listened to, and this is where it kind of segues into the next one. But you'll say, I know a really great girl, she's really positioned herself to be very influential and successful in this business. She's a ton of fun. I love being around her. She knows 100% of the information. She teaches me something new every single day. And she's making a ton of money doing this. She was able to pay for her kids to go to Montessori school, or she was able to pay for her mortgage after her brother died and upkeep with her bills. Okay. This is called edification, where you talk good about someone else. And you say, she's really busy, but if I found some time, for her to get on the phone with you, would you hop on that call? Okay. You want to get confirmation again. They'll say, yeah, great. I would love to talk to her. And you're going to say, great. Can you give me a few times that you're available so I can check her schedule and see what's good for the both of you? Okay. That's the end of the proper invitation, followed all the way through. Okay. Lastly, point number 4 is we're going to talk about this 3-way call. We just talked about edification, and how to kind of do it. But you want to be able to talk really, really good about someone so that you get the other person excited about wanting to get on the phone with them, right? You're setting this person up over here as the expert. It's sort of like the Wizard of Oz. They don't know this person, and you're setting them up. It's the big voice behind the curtains. Okay, they don't know who they are. You could set this person up to be anything you want, and the better you edify someone, the more chances you have of getting this person involved in this business. And being on the other side of the line, it can let you know that we can tell when it hasn't been done properly. Okay, so make sure that you learn how to edify, how to talk really well about someone, that you know a point of their story that you can share with someone else. Okay, so make sure you know that person's story, who you're edifying, so you can make the other person excited about wanting to hear it. Okay. But you want to find out a few times that work for them. You want to set up an appointment. Make sure you let them know that the person you're edifying is very busy, even if they're not, even if they sit on their behind all day. You want to set them up as being busy, so this person feels important that they're carving some time out to talk to them. After all these good things and being busy that you've said about them, this person now is going to feel important that they're carving out some time to talk to them. Okay. I like to confirm 5 to 10 minutes before the call with both people, with the person you're edifying and your guest, that they're both available and on track on time, because being late doesn't ever look good, right? So confirm 5 to 10 minutes prior. When you hop on the call, you're going to call your guest first and get them on the line, and then you're going to call your expert or your upline or whoever you're edifying, okay? And you're going to refer to them as Mr. or Mrs., okay? So say I hop on the phone, hey, Joe, hang on one second, I'm going to merge the two calls together, okay? So I merge the calls. Hi, Mr. Freeman, are you on the line? He says yes. Hey, Joe Schmo, are you on the line? Yes, great. Okay, Joe Schmo, well, as promised, I have Mr. Austin Freeman on the line. He is such an amazing guy. I can't actually wait for you to meet him. I've been telling him a lot about you, actually, but he's this huge ball of energy. You can't help but feeling good when you're around this guy. But beyond that, he's made, almost $250,000. But in his situation, it's actually really great because he came from almost nothing. He flipped $50 investments, sleeping on his mother's couch from having, 4 kids and 3 baby mothers, into this lucrative business, and has really changed his life around with the ability to touch so many young people's lives in the process. So, I'm so excited that he's carved out some time. But Mr. Freeman, I got to give it back to Mr. Joe Schmo real quick because, I've known him since I was younger, and I've always been looking for a great opportunity to work alongside him because he's such a sharp individual. And I'm so excited that he has, listened to the call, and he loves the fact that he can earn money 5 different ways at once, residually. So, I told him about how you've mastered that, and I would love to connect the two of you so that you can share your story with him. And then you put your phone on mute and you shut up, okay? And you say, hey, Joe Schmo, this is Mr. Austin Freeman. I'm so excited to connect you two, okay? Austin is going to get on the phone and say, hey, Joe, you don't have to call me Mr., just call me Austin, okay? So you're taking that expert level and he's bringing it down, and being relatable, okay? But at that point, it's very important that you shut up, because anything that you say after this point will de-edify the person that you bring on the line. So just shut up. The person on the line will share their story. They'll ask if they have any questions. They'll usually ask, in order to make this experience valuable to you, how much do you see yourself needing to make on a weekly basis? Okay, they'll ask for some numbers. And it'll kind of become a negotiation at this point. They'll let them know if that's realistic, which it usually is, as long as they're willing to put in the effort. At this point, he'll ask for the money. When do you see yourself getting started with this? And the person will say, I see myself getting started this time, or it depends how much it costs. That's usually what it is. And that's when, your upline will do some negotiating, and I want you to pay close attention to it. And I want you to take notes on what your upline is saying, because you will eventually be someone's upline and be in the position to be doing this 3-way call. Okay, so that is the process of launching your business in 4 quick and easy steps. But first, remember that you need to do your 6-step quick start first in order to have a foundation for this launch, okay? But to launch your business effectively and easily, the first step is to do your Facebook challenge post. The second step is to plan and do your launch call. The third step is to learn and execute the proper invitation. And the fourth step is to master and use the 3-way call and edification triangle. Okay, I'm so excited. Please let me know if you have any questions on anything that I discussed in this video. All right, you guys, good luck. Bye.